Xbox are going to have ties with Ace. Oh, it's not a rumor. I mean, actually, that's a great.
You can do Game Pass on there.
That's a great segue because we're going to talk about this, that Xbox is working with the Ace's ROG to make an Xbox like portable
handheld,
like a handheld. Yeah, it's called Project Kennan. Kennan, Kennan. Is that Kennan?
Kennan.
And based on what I'm reading of this is basically that it's relatively the same as the ROG 2 or Ally 2. It's just it's have like a dedicated Xbox button that will bring up like an Xbox bar. Now, if that's the case, I think that's the wrong way to go about this. They really should have a portable system that is meant to play for Game Pass games, downloaded, not like streamed.
Right.
Granted, obviously more options is better, but if it's not, like, Steam is optimized for games on Steam. If you don't have your games optimized for your device, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be...
There's just no point, right? It's going to be clunky or whatever.
But I guess it depends how they go about this. But anyway, people have like pictures of the actual console dimensions. Recent report from Windows Central seemed to make it clear that the system won't play Xbox games, as it will be a tried and true Windows PC in essence. Instead, it will act like the current ROG Ally while featuring an Xbox guide button and more prominent grips. It's like, then why is Xbox even involved?
So you're making another version of the ROG 2 just with an Xbox
Xbox One. Yeah.
Wow, that guy just blew up my wall. That's so cool. And now they're dead. Oh, sorry.
No,
yeah, but like it's stupid because like you said, it should just be focused on making people have Game Pass, playing Xbox games, and just that's it, right? Like that's how they're gonna sell this thing. Because now if they partner with them, right, they're splitting the money with Asus, which like it's already a downfall for them already.
Right.
And then like you hitting the Xbox button just means nothing because you're going to have other games on there. Like does the ROG now play Steam games? Like does it have the Steam
I think you can get it
Steam
on
Deck
there.
stuff on there?
I mean, it doesn't have the Steam operating system, but I believe you can get Steam working on there. But it's not meant for that. It's not optimized for Steam.
Right.
It's just are you okay? It's just not. I think it's just stupid. It should have been optimized for Game Pass / Xbox, but it's like on a Windows, so like Microsoft still makes some money on it, but I'm just not seeing why you wouldn't focus on Game Pass. That's like your thing,
right?
Like Game Pass. The ROG Ally is a Windows PC. I totally get that. The problem is that why are you adding an Xbox button?
Right, just to open Game Pass? Like that, it makes no sense. And like it does other things, that's fine, but I don't know. You want to focus. You're doing so terrible with system sales already on a system you solely produce, right? Like, why are you going to partner to make the same exact system they've already made, Asus has already made, just with an Xbox button? Like,
and better grips, Derek. Don't forget the better grips.
I guess, but like,
Derek, I can't forget the grippers.
I'm also going to say, like, we're kind of getting to a point. Game Pass is a good service, right? But if they don't continue to get these like big games on there, like that aren't just Xbox exclusive, like I don't know, where's the value coming for Microsoft?
I mean, there's got to be enough bank in it to justify
to keep it going still. Like
Expedition 33 is, I think, partly produced by Xbox, but I think
they own that studio.
Yeah. So they're on Game Pass and they're sold everywhere else. Remember, Xbox is done. They're going pure publisher mode. Like I would agree with your logic if it was like 6 years ago when they're still fighting for consumers. Now it's like, okay, all games are coming to other systems anyway, so right. But I think they will get more these games on Game Pass. But also they have great games on Game Pass, like Oblivion. That's like honestly, Game Pass is a great thing for RPG lovers, like Oblivion, Skyrim, Starfield if you really want to play it. Like
Right.
And like,
well, that's because they own Bethesda, though.
Well,
like,
I get that. I'm
those
just
are
saying.
easy ones to get on there. But yeah,
Sure.
like I need to see that the third-party support is going to continue on there. Like, it's great for all those games if you, for some reason, have not played Skyrim in the last 30 years that it's been out or whatever, right? But can you stop destroying my castle?
I mean, maybe now I remember my point. Maybe the Xbox One is to bring up like streaming Game Pass games to the device.
It could be that, or maybe it's like the Xbox Hub that Windows has. Maybe that's what you're pulling up. There's got to be more to it than just I hit that and open Game Pass, right? Or like an Xbox launcher or whatever it's going to open. I don't know. It just seems so weird to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe it's just to stream Game Pass games.
Right.
That because, like you said, like why else would you have it? It's just if it's not going to natively. Because look, no one ever goes on the Xbox app to actually buy a game from the Xbox store when you're on PC. You know, it's like it's either Game Pass or you're checking like your achievements or something. So I don't see why you would go on there all because you have a dedicated button. Like it just seems weird. And Cox said, if only it could play the console exclusive games. I would wait, console exclusive. What do you mean?
Wait.
You mean like Halo?
It plays all of them. It has all of them.
Yeah, because all Xbox first party games are on PC. There's literally not
right. They all work on PC. So.
Right. So there's not one that doesn't work. But it's I don't know. I think this is just a weird way to go about it. Cox, no.
It's a lot of weird like business decisions, I guess, that they're like now that they're kind of like are throwing in the towel for the like console wars or whatever you want to call it, right? Like if they're going full developer, that's fine, right? Like announcing Gears for PlayStation and I assume eventually Switch when that gets like out and they'll do it, right?
Right.
Like that, those are smart. But then like I don't know, like I get if you're like, oh, like LG TVs, for example, they announced that like Game Pass is built into LG TVs. Period. Like a new LG TV, you buy it, Game Pass is there. You just need a controller to play it.
Which is
that's smart.
Yeah,
that's a great idea, right?
Right.
But then you're like, oh, we're gonna have Asus make us a system, and it's just a button to launch the Game Pass, but it's just the same system they already made. I don't know. Maybe this is just a really stupid decision, and that's just it, right? Like this is the dumb one, but I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm not. I also again I can't think of any console games Xbox.
Dude, I was so sick of this guy briefing. My God.
I can't think of it. Oh, he's got. I can't think of an Xbox game that isn't on PC. Wait. For example, some games are only in the Xbox ecosystem on console, but not on PC Game Pass, like Borderlands. But Borderlands is on PC. What?
Borderlands is already on PC. Maybe not on Game Pass, but it's on PC.
It's on PC. So I'm not really understanding your point there.
This is what Microsoft finally catching up with Nintendo has been doing since the Wii to the Switch. I don't understand that either.
This is Microsoft finally catching up with what Nintendo has been doing since the Wii to the Switch.
Yeah, I don't
know what, making it portable? You're right. The button should be behind a paywall like the Switch too. That is kind of crazy. But
right.
I had the Switch too. Maybe the button is purely just to guide people to the Xbox store in the hopes they buy an Xbox game rather than them going to like GOG or any other game provider on Windows.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like as you said, they're leaving behind the home console era. Yeah, I mean, the writing's been on the wall. Once they went full publisher, they're like, at some point, they're going to question, why are we making a console? Like,
right.
What?
Well, like the whole, like, this is an Xbox marketing that they're trying to do, it's genius, right? Because if you can really get Game Pass on everything, that's fine. But do it on stuff that's already available, right? And, like, don't invest in a system or modifying systems that already exist just to like, oh, have an Xbox button. I don't know. You should have made that deal before they made that system originally.
Oh, maybe. Wait, you talking about the Series X?
No, the Asus.
The Asus. Sorry,
yeah. Right. Like, it's fine to be like, oh, Game Pass is on an LG TV and your smart fridge and a PlayStation and a Switch 2, and now it's Asus. You know, the ROG is gonna have Game Pass. Like, that's fine, but then don't waste money being like, oh, I'm gonna pay them to make an Xbox exclusive button on their system. Like, I don't know. That just seems stupid.
Unless there's something we're missing. Although what they should do, or would be an interesting idea, is like, hey, if you have an RG Ally, you have like a native 5% off games on the Xbox store. You know, like maybe that would be enough. I don't know. I just like, if I'm on a Windows device, I would never willingly choose Xbox. But maybe they're trying to sell it to people who already have an Xbox and trying to get, hey, you guys can play your X. Maybe that actually isn't. Maybe they're just trying to convince people, hey, with this Xbox One, you can play, relatively your Xbox games on the go.
Right.
It just, the Game Pass part is just weird. It adds uncertainty to it because it's not dedicated to Game Pass. And I still believe they should just have.
Right.
And also remember, what was it, a year or two ago? They made it was either a prototype or it did come out, like a Game Pass streaming only device. Did that ever come out?
No, I think they scrapped it because they realized they could just do it in smart TVs now. So I think that's what like the LG partnership's about. But I think CJ in chat actually, like, that's where I was going to say next, is that like I think it's a matter of Asus now being Xbox back to help separate from Steam Deck. I think that's what it is too, is that like they're giving a reason for the ROG to sell a little more too. Because I think it sells really well. I think it actually performance-wise technically is better than the Steam Deck.
It's definitely
but the Steam Deck's just so like
optimized,
user-friendly, and true. Optimized with Steam OS and stuff like that. That like ROG just will never compare in that regard. So
yeah, like ROG is just meant for broader gaming on the go. Like, you can buy from any storefront as long as it runs on a Windows PC. You can theoretically play your game on there. Steam, you can't. I mean, you can emulate stuff on like the back end, but you can't. Go to a GOG's website and buy games and just play it without doing some like tomfoolery. But like, it's Steam Deck's for people who love Steam and want to play games on Steam. ROG Ally, they'd have to. I want to see their advertising for it. Like, how is Xbox going to be like, hey guys, you guys need to get the ROG Ally to play your Xbox games? And if so, like, how?
Right. Are they like forcing it on there? I mean, you could still do Game Pass on a Steam Deck. There's a way to do it.
But I think it runs like crap though, because the Xbox, you're going through. You have to,
it's not actually optimized for it.
You have to dual boot. You have to put Windows experience on the Steam Deck, and then it's not a good time. It's not optimized. It's really just not worth the hassle.
The headache.
Yeah, the headache. Right. That is that.
So maybe it is that then. Maybe that they know that, like, I don't know. I mean, it just seems like a lot of work for a little payoff, it seems. I don't know.
But at least they can say, hey, this is an Xbox.
Right. This is an Xbox. Which is fine. And like, if that's all they were doing, if they were just like, hey, by the way, like, Asus on their... If Asus was making the ROG 3, right, and was like, oh, by the way, there's a dedicated Xbox button on it. Fine. That's perfectly fine. But you're like midway, I'd say, through the ROG 2's life cycle, and you're like, oh, we're making a new model with an Xbox button on it. It's like, oh, like, okay. I guess that's fine. Like, but Xbox is paying to do this. Like, I don't know.
He just says, in a world of options, people find comfort in no names. Right. Look, if someone said I would recognize an Xbox handheld versus an Asus ROG Ally. I think an Xbox is way more, like brand.
Right. If you said this is Xbox's Game Boy, I'd understand that more than Asus ROG or whatever, right?
And like at the end, I still personally believe they should just have a dedicated portable Game Pass console. I just
Right.
Maybe I'm just stuck in my ways, but it would just make more sense for Xbox to say, hey, do you want to play your Game Pass on the go? And it's like just meant for Game Pass. I think it's just an easy, and it would be cheaper. It'd be cheaper to do that, but whatever. It's all I know is I'm not getting it. That's like because I have a Steam Deck, and that's all I need. I'm good with my Steam Deck. Although it's probably really cool when you aren't like super tied to Steam and just want to play games. It is what it is, you know.
Right. If you have Game Pass already and you're like, oh, I want to play it on the go, then yeah, it's for you, I guess.
Right.
Maybe that's what we're missing is that
are we old?
Not everybody has a Steam Deck and stuff or whatever. I get like it's marketed towards new users, not really people who have it already.
Either way, there. I just want to say for Christmas bonus, I'm getting you an ROG Ally with an Xbox button. I know I know you wanted to play Oblivion on Game Pass, even though you bought it on Steam. I know. It's okay. I got it for you, man. Happy Christmas.
Yes. Woo! I'm gonna download RuneScape on it.
That's on Game Pass.
No.
No. But yeah.